Hey everyone, welcome back to Triple R Reefer. Just finished the video on ackroeton flatworms, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about these corals while everything just looked really good. So let's talk about these corals. And I'm not great with names, but I can generally remember, I don't know, not even really, I don't think most of them, but I do not subscribe to chasing names, at least anymore. For a while there, I had my stint of wanting the best of the best, and I guess since Indo had opened up, you get a lot of wilds that come in, and people are doing work behind the scenes to make those just look awesome and get those used to our tanks, and that has really opened my eyes to not really buying names anymore. Um, with the caveat of that they've been in someone's tank for a little while, because when you get a wild coral, they're just not used to our tanks, and it's a hit or miss game with those. You can get a smoking deal on an entire colony from Indonesia, but you can also lose all of them. They will just check out on you. So there's something to be said about that. So let's go over just the ones I know. Some of these I will probably forget along the way and then remember, but as we go, I'll just tell you what they are. So starting here first, guess what? I don't remember the name. I think it's Pink Cadillac. Could be wrong, but anyway. That's a branching pink cyphastria. That is a super rare Aptasia. I hate Aptasia. This, cannot remember. I want to say it's a pearlberry. This one back here, can't remember. I do know the name usually, but of course on a film I'm not going to know. This one was a frag that I got from another reefer. It is a named tenuous, but I cannot recall the name. There's a pattern already that I need to learn from, that I don't know names of my corals. Anyway, so this is Maleficent. I've had this coral for a long time, and it does not grow in my tank. It will not grow in my tank. It is, if it's grown a centimeter, I'd be surprised. This back here, this frag, or this coral, well, it's barely anything, has been through a lot. This is Cassiopeia, and I can't remember the letters for it, but it's just Cassiopeia, and I got this from Speedy Reefer, I believe. I've had this coral for at least 3 years, and this guy's a survivor. I've knocked off the main branch, knocked it into the sand, and lost it somehow. And I fragged a bunch. I like to do what's called banking. At least that's what I call it. I'll give frags to friends that I trust in their tank, and we'll hopefully get that reciprocated. But basically, it allows me to put a frag in someone's tank to where if I lose my piece, I've got it banked somewhere else. And if it's doing well in their tank and they can cut a frag, then I'll get it. If not, eventually, when it does grow, I will get that frag back. I think it's smart to do. It does suck because you just spend a bunch of money on a frag, and by the time you can actually make your money back and maybe reinvest, you're storing it somewhere else. But it's an insurance policy. I can attest to saving corals like that because I have lost them and the banks have paid me back. So think about that. Make sure it's someone you trust, someone that has a tank that's established and knows what they're doing. You damn sure don't want to just give it to a random person and be, hey, take care of this $300 frag, and I'd like to get it back from you at some point. And a week later, it's gone. So anyway, this is a frag of a wild Indo colony I got. It is actually the mother colony had checked out, and this guy survived and starting to encrust, so I'm actually happy with that. This is a frag I got from the same guy that I got this guy from, so I don't know the name of it. It's also a named coral. This one I should know, and I cannot think of it. This is a Big R Candyland. Another very slow grower in my tank. This one is Birthday Cake, I think is what it's called. And it is from, what is that guy's name? I don't know. He's Cornbread. Yeah, Cornbread. It was expensive. It has done not a lot except encrust. I did snip a little top for a bank, and it's liking its encrusting. Right behind it, it's hard to see. That is another Cornbread. I want to say it's another one. I can't remember the name, so we're gonna move on. Back here, I think it's, I don't know. This right here was where I had a Matte B Rainbow that I had cut off during. I like to plant a lot of the same corals in different places just to kind of see what's going to happen with them. And so this actually survived. It was maybe 2 or 3 polyps, and I let it do its thing, and now it's already encrusting again. Very similar to what happened with the Cassiopeia. Here, good God, maybe I should do a video when I actually know the names in front of me. It's a very popular coral, and I tell you what, I'll do another video of all the ones I can't remember, but should know the names on. Let's see here. Going over here, this is I think this is a Yoda. Anyway, this is a green Millie. I don't think it has a name, maybe Sunset Millie, I don't know. But I've had this coral. I had the mother colony, which was huge for a while. Ended up banking it, losing the mother colony, getting the piece back, and here it is. And I actually almost lost that little piece during the Acroetan flatworms. Back here, I think that is actually Pink Cadillac. I think almost all these are Pink Cadillac because I can't remember names. But yeah, I think pretty sure that's the Pink Cadillac. And look at that PE. Nice. Here is a random no name, but it looks good. This is Superman. Got this from whatever the lawyers are that does coral cells. But I wanted the Superman for a long time and finally scored it, and I was very happy to do that. This is a wild tenuous I got from, I believe, Nick at OLA. This guy, I can't remember the name, but has lost a lot of color since I got all the fish out. But let me tell you, when this thing's colored up, it is awesome. And that's an understatement, really. The words I can't really say. This coral here is amazing. So I can't wait to get that guy colored back up. This is one of 4 wild colonies, maybe a mini colony, I guess you can call it now, that actually survived from Indonesia. It's pretty brown, a little bit of blue, but it's surviving, so that's great. This I'm still not 100% sure on. When you go and you look at Angry Birds, there's a few different names to start with. You know, the acronyms in front of Angry Bird, there's a few different ones. The best I could think, it's either a cherry bomb or an Acrolandia, or an Angry Birds, because they have one that looks just like this on Google Images. I can't remember the first 3 letters that go with it, but I would love for it to be an Angry Birds, but who knows? I can't even recall when I got it. This guy back here was another one I got from Nick, and was quite literally the nicest coral in my tank. And this was probably 2 polyps. It was all but gone. 2 polyps. I said, you know what? Let me just put a micro frag on a rock and see what happens. and it has battled everything. It has battled the aqua-eating flatworms, battled the algae, which I just cut it off the rock and was able to move it to this to get away from all the algae, but has just been a fighter. And that's one thing I try not to do is give up on coral. You know, they're pretty resilient. You just got to give them what they need. So that's that one. That's a no name that I can tell you. This is SCOP, another little micro frag that had felt. I think I'd knocked a piece off, and like I said, I don't give up on any coral. I give them all a chance. Put it on a frag. This was probably another 1 or 2 polyp. Like, probably should just be gone, and survived. This is one I just got from Nick at OLA. I haven't got any names except for 1 of 6 I bought from him. And so I don't know the name of this. It's a wild, I'm sure. He does bring in wild colonies and colors them up into something crazy amazing. And I got awesome deals on these, so I bought them. This is Jason Fox Jolt. I've been through 3 or 4 frags. And man, this guy here is very hard to keep for me for some reason, but I love the Jolt. Hopefully this is the winner. I know I spent enough on him. Here's just a random, I want to say it's a millie. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't. I'm not a big, with species. Some of these guys, they know every scientific name of every little thing, but I want to say it's a millie. It does great in my tank. Polyp extension's amazing. This is a strawberry shortcake. This one also took a long time to color up, and now the pink is just popping. These are all legitimate colors, so what I'm seeing is what you're seeing. This is a pro mode with a lens on, but I have T5s on right now, so that's all legit color. This is Pac-Man, I think. Got that from my buddy Scott. I can never remember the name of that one. It's a beautiful coral once it starts really taking off. A lot of pinks. This is a random wild back here. I have yet to get this guy to grow. I've cut it off frag several times just to try to save it from algae. So that's that one. This is another wild, no name tenuous. This is one I just got from Nick back here. Let me make sure I'm not missing any. This is, I believe, another Matt V that I cut and saved. Look at all that sea lettuce just blowing around everywhere. All right, going up. Let's see here. This is a no name. It is extremely bright green. It is probably the hairiest tenuous in my tank. Polyp extensions out of control. Very interesting coral. You know, it's only green, and green doesn't get a lot of love, but it looks good. Got a lot of action on the polyps, so I like it. Here's a cherry bomb. This guy and my Walt Disney survivors. I mean, they have just been smacked. I've grown these guys out into little mini colonies, and then just they'll start checking out for some reason. Who knows? And I'll cut a little frag, and then they'll come back. So that's what he's done. Beautiful coral. Love the pink. This is my home wrecker. It is really starting to color up, getting those pink tips. It is. It's very, very, very bright. I would say it probably runs top 1 or 2 in my tank as far as brightness goes. Home wrecker it's always an easy seller too. So once I cut a little nub off and grow it out into something sellable, I usually do that on this guy. I want to get a little money to put into something else. So here's SCOP, Sexy Corals, Orange Passion. Another beautiful coral. Decently fast grower in my tank. I really like it too. Here's an interesting piece here. This is the Well, I can't think of the name just yet, but I will remember it. But so this is another frag I got from my buddy in Houston. I have been through 3 or 4 of these guys, cannot get them to grow. Well, the last time I actually was somewhat successful, and a turbo snail broke it off of the rock, and it fell in the sand and died. This piece, you can see, actually was attached to the little encrusting spot, and I knocked it off while I was gluing it. So, you know, I'm kind of the coral's worst enemy sometimes, but this is a vivid confetti. Yeah, vivid confetti. And actually, there was another little stick on the side of it. I knocked it off while I was taking it out of the package. So I actually have 2 frags, you know, little micro frags. Hopefully this guy does okay right there. We'll see. A couple of random, wild, tenuous no names. This guy here doesn't have the best color with this light, but I can tell you under blues, it's crazy. It is the unicorn bubble bath. It's also one of Nick's corals from OLA, and it is insanely colored. A lot of rainbow colors on that guy. Another wild tenuous. Another wild tenuous. And what do you know? Another wild tenuous. Going up, this is going to be a little bit different. Let me go to this side. What do you know about a wild tenuous? Yes, I do have a few of those. This is I think, unless I mislabeled this one, is a frag of my cherry bomb that just hasn't colored up all the way yet. So back here, and now I'm getting into some of the back coral, so it doesn't look as good, sorry. But back here, man, go underneath. Back here is my Walt Disney doing its thing. Another one, like I said, that has been beat up, struggled, and has survived. It's finally starting to color up at the top. You can kind of see the purple, pink. And then my trusty Matt B Rainbow Envy. Let me go back to this side because it's better. This guy is another quick grower in my tank. Allows me to get little frags, grow them out, and sell them. And I put all the money back into the hobby. I don't make money in this hobby. It's all loss, but it's a hobby that's fun for me. So that's the Matt V Rainbow Envy. There's a couple more that are back here. Oh, here we go. So this guy right here, he was almost so small I missed him. That is probably still 1 or 2 polyps. That is an Acrolandia, believe it or not. So little munchkin. So this guy was one of the ones that almost got wiped out by acro-eating flatworms and managed to survive. I again will say this, I do not give up on corals easily. And I cut him and have had him in this little spot here for, I don't know, 2 months now. He's not doing much, but he's not dead either. So hopefully he'll start taking off because that was a very expensive piece. And I would definitely like to not have it die. So here's the green slimers. I actually got this small stick next to the one that was checking out. I got it as just another green slimer just to see if they would grow into each other. I don't know if they're the same, not so much species, but the same. You know, you got a Bali green slimer, and I don't know. It looks different. So we'll see if they mesh together or not. Jesus, 20 minutes on just SPS. Okay, maybe I'll do LPS on another video because that was a lot. I didn't even know all the names. And I probably missed a few. Anyway, that's my SPS. Just wanted to share those with you. Thank you, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. And like this video as well. Thanks. Bye.